In today's video, we explore 25 Emirates flight attendant interview questions and answers. Don't forget to customize these answers to highlight your unique qualifications and experiences. Here's a bonus tip. Research the company and review the job description so you can incorporate key skills relevant to the job role in your answers. Question number 1. Why do you want to work for Emirates? When answering this question, you should balance your admiration for Emirates' reputation with your personal motivations. Show that you've researched the airline, understand its global presence, and value its standards for service and safety. It's also important to tie in your personal qualities and career goals to show alignment with Emirates' mission. Avoid generic responses. Focus on what makes Emirates unique and why that connects to your passion for aviation and customer service. I want to work for Emirates because it represents excellence in aviation and hospitality worldwide. Emirates is known for its luxury service, innovative fleet, and commitment to connecting cultures, which is something I find deeply inspiring. For me, being part of such a globally recognized team means more than just serving passengers. It's about creating memorable experiences while ensuring safety and comfort at every stage of the journey. My background in customer service has taught me how much of an impact small gestures, professionalism, and empathy can make, and I want to bring that mindset to an airline that truly values customer satisfaction. I'm also drawn to Emirates because of the diversity of its cabin crew and the opportunity to work with colleagues from all over the world. This multicultural environment is exactly where I see myself thriving, growing both personally and professionally, while contributing to the high standards, teamwork, and innovation that Emirates is known for across the aviation industry. Question number 2. Can you tell us about yourself? When answering this, focus on providing a concise overview of your professional background, highlighting experiences relevant to customer service, teamwork, and communication. Avoid giving a full personal history. Keep it professional while adding a personal touch that shows you're approachable. Structure your response so it flows from your background to your strengths and then to why you're excited about the Emirates role. End by linking your skills and personality to how you'd add value to their cabin crew team. I come from a background where customer service and teamwork have always been at the center of what I do. Over the past few years, I've worked in roles where I interacted daily with customers from diverse backgrounds, ensuring that their needs were met with patience, empathy, and professionalism. I've learned how important it is to stay calm under pressure, adapt quickly to changing situations, and still deliver a high level of service no matter the circumstances. What motivates me most is creating positive experiences for people, especially in situations that can sometimes feel stressful or overwhelming. Outside of work, I enjoy learning about different cultures and traveling, which has made me even more enthusiastic about the idea of being part of a multicultural team like Emirates. I see myself bringing strong communication skills, a positive attitude, and a true passion for helping others to this role while continuing to grow within such a respected airline. Question number 3. What do you know about Emirates and our brand standards? When answering, show that you've researched Emirates beyond surface-level facts. Highlight its global reputation, modern fleet, exceptional service, and commitment to connecting cultures. It's important to mention their focus on hospitality, safety, and brand consistency, since those are at the heart of their standards. Keep your tone enthusiastic but professional, and end by tying your awareness of these standards to how you will personally uphold them as a cabin crew member. I know Emirates is recognized as one of the leading airlines in the world, not only because of its extensive network and modern fleet, but also because of its consistent delivery of world-class service. Emirates has built a brand that emphasizes luxury, comfort, and reliability, ensuring that every passenger, whether in economy or first class, experiences a standard of care that sets the airline apart. I also understand that brand standards at Emirates go beyond service. They include professionalism, cultural awareness, teamwork, safety, and attention to detail in every interaction. These standards are what make Emirates so trusted by millions of travelers worldwide. For me, it's inspiring to see an airline combine innovation with a strong human touch, and I want to be part of maintaining and delivering that reputation. I would approach every flight with the mindset of representing the Emirates name proudly, ensuring passengers feel valued and that the airline's high standards are consistently upheld. Question number 4. Describe a time you delivered exceptional customer service. For this type of behavioral question, use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. Set the scene, explain your role, describe your actions clearly, and end with the positive outcome. Keep the example specific and focused on demonstrating empathy, problem solving, and professionalism. Make sure your story highlights qualities Emirates values: patience, adaptability, and commitment to customer satisfaction. In a previous customer service role, I once helped a family traveling with young children who were feeling overwhelmed by delays. The parents were stressed and the children were tired, so I made it my responsibility to step in with patience and support. I calmly explained the situation, helped them secure meal vouchers, and found a quiet seating area where they could rest comfortably. I also checked in on them regularly until their boarding time to ensure they felt cared for and updated. By taking the extra time to anticipate their needs and showing empathy, I was able to turn their stressful experience into a more positive one. They personally thanked me for making the delay easier, which reminded me how small actions can make a big difference. That experience reinforced my belief that going the extra mile is what leaves a lasting impression, and it's the same level of service I'd aim to deliver at Emirates every day. Question number 5. Tell me about a time you handled a difficult or unhappy customer. When answering this, again lean on the STAR method. Show that you can listen actively, remain calm, and focus on solutions instead of escalating the conflict. Emphasize patience, empathy, and clear communication. Hiring managers want to see that you can turn a negative situation into a more positive one while maintaining professionalism. I remember a situation when a customer became upset because of a long wait time during a busy shift. They raised their voice and expressed frustration, and I knew my reaction could either calm them or make it worse. I let them speak without interruption, maintained eye contact, and assured them that I understood their frustration. Then I explained the reason for the delay and immediately looked for ways to expedite their order while offering a small complimentary item as an apology for the inconvenience. Within minutes, their tone shifted, and they thanked me for addressing their concerns instead of ignoring them. That experience showed me the importance of staying composed, listening with empathy, and being proactive about solutions. I believe these same skills are essential in an airline setting where passengers may face delays or challenges and need a calm, reassuring presence to make them feel valued and respected. Question number 6. How do you stay calm and professional under pressure? This question tests emotional resilience and self-awareness. Show that you understand the challenges of working under pressure and have strategies to manage stress. Mention techniques like prioritizing tasks, controlling body language, focusing on solutions, and staying supportive of teammates. End by tying it back to why staying calm is essential in aviation. Staying calm and professional under pressure is something I've had to develop through experience, especially in fast-paced customer service environments. I focus on taking a deep breath, assessing the situation quickly, and prioritizing what needs to be done first instead of becoming overwhelmed. I've learned that my tone of voice, body language, and attitude can influence how others around me feel, so I try to project calmness even when things are stressful. For example, during peak hours at my last job, I would break down tasks into smaller steps and communicate clearly with my team so everyone stayed aligned. I also remind myself that challenges are temporary, but how I respond to them leaves a lasting impression on both customers and coworkers. In aviation, passengers look to crew members for reassurance, so maintaining composure is not only about managing stress, it's about creating an environment where others feel safe and supported. Question number 7. Describe a situation where you worked effectively in a diverse team. Here, emphasize your ability to collaborate with people from different cultures, backgrounds, or personalities. Emirates values cultural awareness, so highlight communication, adaptability, and respect. Use a clear example to show you can thrive in a multicultural setting and contribute positively to team goals. In a previous role, I was part of a team with colleagues from very different cultural and professional backgrounds. At first, we had varied approaches to problem solving, which created some misunderstandings. I made a point to listen more carefully, ask clarifying questions, and show genuine curiosity about their perspectives. Over time, I began to recognize the strengths each person brought to the team and how we could complement one another. For example, while working on a project with a tight deadline, I took on the role of bridging communication by summarizing everyone's input and keeping our discussions focused. By respecting each individual's viewpoint and encouraging open dialogue, we not only completed the project successfully but also built stronger trust as a group. That experience taught me that cultural differences are an asset when handled with openness and respect. I see this as directly relevant to Emirates, where cabin crew members come from all over the world and must work seamlessly together to deliver excellent service. Question number 8. How would you handle a passenger refusing safety instructions? This question checks your ability to balance authority with diplomacy. Emphasize safety as your top priority while showing you would remain calm and respectful. Outline how you would explain the importance of compliance, seek support from colleagues if needed, and escalate appropriately without confrontation. If a passenger refused to follow safety instructions, I would first remain calm and approach the situation respectfully, understanding that sometimes passengers are anxious or distracted. I would politely but firmly explain the importance of the safety measure, emphasizing that it's for their protection as well as the safety of everyone on board. If the passenger continued to resist, I would try rephrasing the instruction in a clear, empathetic way to help them feel more comfortable complying. Should the refusal persist, I would follow protocol by involving a senior crew member, ensuring the matter is handled with authority but still with professionalism. My goal would be to resolve the issue without escalation while keeping safety as the top priority. In my view, passengers are more likely to cooperate when they feel respected and understood, so I would use patience, empathy, and firm communication to achieve the right balance between compassion and compliance. Question number 9. Give an example of when you received constructive feedback and what you did with it. For this question, show that you are open to growth, receptive to feedback, and capable of applying it positively. Employers want to see humility, adaptability, and self-awareness. Choose an example where you took the feedback seriously and made measurable improvements. Emphasize how the experience strengthened your performance and professionalism. In one of my early customer service jobs, my supervisor pointed out that while I was efficient with tasks, I sometimes rushed through interactions without taking enough time to connect personally with customers. At first, it was hard to hear, but I realized the feedback came from a place of wanting me to grow. I decided to make a conscious effort to slow down, engage more warmly, and ask open-ended questions to better understand each customer's needs. Over time, I noticed how much smoother interactions became and how customers responded more positively to me. My supervisor later acknowledged the improvement, which gave me confidence and showed that small adjustments can make a big impact. That lesson has stayed with me. I now see feedback not as criticism, but as an opportunity to become better, and I believe that mindset will help me thrive in an airline where service and teamwork are continuously refined. Before we continue, I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching this video. You can download a copy of these interview questions and answers in PDF format by clicking on the link below and supporting my channel by making a minimum donation of $3. Your support allows me to keep creating valuable content to help you pass your interview and land your dream job. Thanks for your support and appreciation. Question number 10. How do you prioritize safety while maintaining high service standards? Here, you need to demonstrate that you fully understand the dual responsibilities of a cabin crew member, ensuring safety first while still delivering outstanding service. Show that you respect protocol but also value customer experience. Provide a structured answer explaining how you balance both without compromise. Safety is always the top priority, and I believe it goes hand in hand with high-quality service. For me, prioritizing safety starts with following procedures accurately and consistently, whether during safety checks, demonstrations, or enforcing compliance with regulations. At the same time, I understand that how we communicate these measures can greatly influence how passengers respond. By explaining instructions in a calm, friendly, and professional way, passengers not only feel more reassured but also more likely to cooperate. For example, reminding someone to fasten their seatbelt doesn't have to feel cold or demanding. It can be done with empathy and a smile while still being firm. I also believe that excellent service extends to creating an environment where passengers feel safe and cared for at all times. In my view, safety and service are not separate priorities. They complement each other, and maintaining both is what ensures passengers leave with trust in the airline and a positive overall experience. Question number 11. Tell me about a time you resolved a conflict between others. This question checks conflict resolution skills. Use the STAR method and make sure your example highlights diplomacy, listening skills, and the ability to stay neutral. Emirates looks for candidates who can de-escalate tension while preserving teamwork and respect. In a past workplace, I witnessed two colleagues become frustrated with each other over how tasks were being divided during a particularly busy shift. The conflict was starting to affect the atmosphere and slow down productivity. I calmly stepped in, listened to both sides, and acknowledged that each of them had valid points. Then I suggested breaking the workload into smaller tasks and dividing responsibilities based on their individual strengths. By reframing the situation as a team effort instead of a disagreement, they became more cooperative and the tension quickly eased. We not only finished the shift smoothly, but afterward both colleagues thanked me for helping them see things differently. That moment reinforced how important it is to stay neutral, listen actively, and create solutions that make everyone feel valued. As cabin crew, these skills are vital because teamwork and harmony directly influence both safety and service on board. Question number 12. What does excellent customer service mean to you on board? When answering, define excellent service clearly and personally. Go beyond just meeting needs, mention anticipation, empathy, cultural sensitivity, and creating memorable experiences. Tie your definition back to Emirates' standards of luxury and consistency. To me, excellent customer service on board is about creating a seamless and memorable journey where passengers feel genuinely cared for from the moment they step on the aircraft. It goes beyond simply responding to requests. It means anticipating needs, offering support before it's even asked for, and making sure every detail reflects professionalism and warmth. In an airline like Emirates, where passengers expect a premium experience, it also means being attentive, approachable, and consistent, no matter how busy the flight becomes. For example, taking the time to remember a passenger's preference, addressing them respectfully by name, or showing extra patience with a nervous traveler can transform the experience. Great service also means balancing efficiency with empathy, ensuring safety and operational duties are completed without passengers feeling rushed or overlooked. Ultimately, excellent service on board is about creating a lasting impression of comfort, trust, and hospitality, which is exactly what Emirates is known for worldwide. Question number 13. How would you manage a language barrier with a passenger? This tests communication and cultural awareness. Show you can stay patient, resourceful, and adaptable. Mention body language, visual aids, simple words, translation tools, or support from multilingual colleagues. Keep the emphasis on ensuring the passenger feels understood and respected. If I encountered a passenger with whom I didn't share a common language, my first approach would be patience, kindness, and a willingness to adapt. I would use simple words, clear gestures, and facial expressions to communicate instructions or reassurance. If available, I'd also make use of visual materials like safety cards, which are designed for universal understanding. In cases where translation apps or resources are available, I'd use them carefully to bridge gaps while maintaining professionalism. Another option would be to seek assistance from a multilingual colleague, ensuring that the passenger feels fully understood and supported. What's most important in these moments is making the passenger feel respected and not embarrassed by the barrier. By showing empathy, using creativity, and maintaining a calm tone, I would make sure their needs are met and that they still feel welcomed and cared for throughout the journey, which reflects Emirates' commitment to inclusive, world-class service. Question number 14. Describe a time you had to make a difficult decision at work. For this, show decisiveness and good judgment. Use an example that shows how you weighed options carefully, stayed professional, and put customer or team well-being first. Stress that your decision led to a constructive outcome. In one of my previous roles, I had to decide whether to accommodate a last-minute customer request that would have delayed other guests or to politely decline and maintain fairness. It was a tough call because I wanted to satisfy everyone, but I realized that granting the request would have created more dissatisfaction overall. I explained to the customer with empathy that I couldn't fulfill their request at that moment, but offered an alternative solution that still addressed part of their need. Although they were initially disappointed, they appreciated the honesty and effort to compromise. Meanwhile, the rest of the customers were able to receive their service on time, which kept the majority satisfied. This situation taught me the importance of weighing the bigger picture instead of only focusing on one person's immediate concern. As cabin crew, similar situations arise, and it's essential to remain fair, decisive, and professional while keeping passenger safety and overall satisfaction in mind. Question number 15. How do you deal with stress, fatigue, or jet lag on irregular schedules? This question assesses resilience and self-care. Show that you recognize the challenges and already use strategies to stay alert, healthy, and positive. Mention rest, hydration, exercise, nutrition, and mental discipline. Link it to your ability to stay dependable in demanding situations. I understand that working as cabin crew involves irregular hours, long flights, and constant time zone changes, so taking care of my well-being is key. I manage stress and fatigue by maintaining healthy routines, like staying hydrated, eating balanced meals, and adjusting my sleep schedule before and after flights. Exercise also helps me keep my energy levels stable, and I use relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or mindfulness when I feel overwhelmed. For jet lag, I try to adapt to the destination's time zone as quickly as possible by managing light exposure and planning rest strategically. I also believe that having a positive mindset makes a huge difference. If I approach challenges calmly and with a sense of purpose, I'm able to perform consistently. By taking care of myself physically and mentally, I ensure I can always bring energy, patience, and professionalism to my role, which passengers and colleagues rely on for a smooth and enjoyable flight. Question number 16. Are you willing to relocate to Dubai and live in company accommodation? This question tests your flexibility, adaptability, and willingness to embrace Emirates' lifestyle. Show enthusiasm for relocating and highlight the benefits of living in a multicultural hub like Dubai. Acknowledge challenges but focus on your excitement about growth, cultural exposure, and the experience of living in a new country. I am fully willing and enthusiastic about relocating to Dubai and living in company-provided accommodation. I see this as an incredible opportunity to immerse myself in a multicultural environment while focusing entirely on my role as a cabin crew member. Living in Dubai means being part of a dynamic and diverse city that mirrors Emirates' global reputation, and I'm excited to learn from colleagues of many different nationalities. Of course, adjusting to a new country comes with challenges, but I view those as part of personal and professional growth. Having housing and support from Emirates makes the transition much smoother, and it also provides a community where I can bond with fellow crew members. I believe relocation is not just about moving to a new place, it's about expanding my perspective, learning new ways of life, and dedicating myself fully to the career path I've chosen. For me, this is an adventure as much as it is a professional step. Question number 17. What do you know about Dubai as a base for cabin crew? This checks if you've researched Emirates' base city and are realistic about the lifestyle. Show awareness of Dubai's safety, multicultural nature, and modern amenities. Highlight its role as a global hub and how it supports Emirates' operations. End by expressing your readiness to adapt. I know Dubai is one of the world's most vibrant and multicultural cities, making it an ideal base for Emirates' international operations. As a major aviation hub, Dubai connects people from all over the globe, which aligns perfectly with the airline's mission of bridging cultures. The city is known for its safety, modern infrastructure, and high quality of life, which makes it attractive not only for travelers, but also for professionals who live and work there. I also understand that Dubai is home to a large expatriate community, which creates a sense of inclusivity and makes it easier for new arrivals to adapt. For cabin crew, Dubai offers convenience with its location, modern facilities, and cultural diversity, making it easier to feel at home while working for a global airline. I'm prepared to embrace life in Dubai both professionally and personally, and I see it as an exciting opportunity to grow while representing Emirates. Question number 18. Which of your past roles best prepared you for cabin crew duties and how? Here, pick a role where customer service, teamwork, and handling pressure were important. Show how the skills you gained connect directly to cabin crew responsibilities such as safety, hospitality, and cultural awareness. Use examples to illustrate transferable strengths. In my previous role in customer service, I had daily interactions with people from many different backgrounds, which prepared me well for the responsibilities of cabin crew. I often worked in fast-paced situations where quick decision-making and composure were essential, especially when handling complaints or solving unexpected problems. That experience taught me how to listen actively, show empathy, and find solutions that left customers feeling valued even when challenges arose. I also had responsibilities that required strict adherence to procedures, which reinforced the importance of consistency and reliability, qualities that are vital in aviation. What made the role particularly valuable was the teamwork involved. We often relied on one another to meet customer expectations and keep operations running smoothly. Those experiences gave me both the confidence and adaptability to perform well under pressure while always keeping the customer's comfort and satisfaction in focus. I believe this foundation directly prepares me to succeed as cabin crew with Emirates. Question number 19. How would you respond to an onboard medical situation before the purser arrives? This question evaluates judgment, composure, and prioritization. Stress that safety is your first concern and that you would follow procedures, offer first aid within your training, and remain calm. Show teamwork and clear communication. If an onboard medical situation occurred before the purser arrived, I would immediately prioritize the passenger's safety and stay calm to avoid adding stress to the situation. I would quickly assess their condition, check for responsiveness, and call for medical assistance through the interphone, while also alerting nearby crew members. If trained and within procedure, I would provide first aid or basic support, such as ensuring their airway is clear, positioning them safely, or retrieving the onboard medical kit or defibrillator if needed. I would also try to reassure the passenger and surrounding passengers to keep the environment controlled and calm. Once the purser or senior crew member arrived, I would provide a clear, concise update on what actions I had taken and what I observed. My focus would be on acting quickly within my scope of training, ensuring safety, and communicating effectively with both crew and passengers. Staying composed under pressure is vital to protecting lives on board, and I am prepared to respond responsibly in such situations. Question number 20. Tell me about a time you enforced a rule that a customer didn't like. Here, highlight your ability to stay professional and polite while still being firm about rules. Show that you can balance authority with empathy and explain the reasoning behind rules clearly to encourage compliance. In a past job, I had to ask a customer to stop using a product in a restricted area, and they weren't happy with the request. They became frustrated, insisting that it wasn't a big deal, but I knew it was important to follow the rules for everyone's safety and comfort. I calmly explained that the rule wasn't personal, but designed to ensure fairness and safety for all customers. I acknowledged their frustration but repeated the request in a respectful yet firm tone, offering them an alternative option so they didn't feel dismissed. At first, they hesitated, but once they saw I was consistent and professional in my approach, they eventually complied. Later, they even thanked me for handling the situation politely rather than confrontationally. That moment taught me how critical it is to balance firmness with empathy. As cabin crew, enforcing safety regulations is essential, and passengers respond best when they feel respected while still understanding that rules must be followed. Question number 21. What are your strengths and areas you're actively improving? When answering, balance confidence with humility. Share strengths that directly match cabin crew qualities, such as communication, teamwork, and adaptability. For weaknesses, choose something genuine but not critical to the role, and show the steps you're taking to improve. This demonstrates self-awareness and growth. My strengths include strong communication skills, empathy, and the ability to remain calm in high-pressure situations. I enjoy connecting with people and creating a welcoming atmosphere, which I believe is essential when passengers are tired, nervous, or stressed. I also work well in diverse teams, appreciating different perspectives and finding ways to collaborate effectively. As for areas I'm actively improving, I used to feel a little anxious when speaking in front of large groups. To overcome this, I've been practicing public speaking, volunteering to lead team briefings, and focusing on confidence-building techniques. These efforts have helped me become more comfortable addressing groups, which will be particularly useful when giving safety demonstrations on board. I see weaknesses as opportunities to grow, and I'm committed to continuous self-improvement. Overall, I believe my strengths and the progress I'm making in my development will allow me to contribute positively and consistently to Emirates' standards of service and safety. Question number 22. How do you handle receiving instructions or feedback from supervisors? This tests humility, respect for hierarchy, and openness to learning. Stress that you welcome guidance and see it as a way to improve. Show that you can take instructions positively and implement them quickly without defensiveness. I handle instructions and feedback from supervisors with respect and an open mind because I see them as opportunities to learn and grow. I understand that supervisors provide direction not only for efficiency but also to maintain safety and high standards, which are crucial in aviation. In past roles, I've always listened carefully, asked clarifying questions if needed, and applied the feedback immediately to show that I value their input. For example, once my manager suggested a more efficient way of organizing tasks during busy hours, and after implementing it, I noticed how much smoother the workflow became. I also believe in following up to confirm I've met expectations and to demonstrate accountability. For me, constructive feedback is a gift. It allows me to refine my skills and align more closely with team and organizational goals. I know that working for Emirates requires strong teamwork and adherence to protocol, and I'm fully committed to embracing guidance to perform at my best. Question number 23. What languages do you speak and how have you used them with customers? Be honest about your language skills and highlight any times you've used them in real customer service settings. If you're not multilingual, focus on adaptability, basic phrases you know, or willingness to learn. Emirates values cultural sensitivity, so emphasize respect for diverse passengers. I am fluent in English, which I've used extensively in customer service roles, and I also have conversational proficiency in insert language if applicable, which has been helpful when assisting international customers. For example, I once helped a customer who was struggling to explain their concern, and by switching to their native language, I was able to make them feel more comfortable and understood. Even in situations where I don't share the same language, I've learned how effective nonverbal communication, gestures, and patience can be in bridging the gap. I enjoy picking up basic phrases in different languages as it not only helps communication, but also shows respect for someone's culture. Being part of Emirates would allow me to expand these skills further since the airline serves passengers from all over the world. Whether through language ability or empathetic communication, I'm committed to ensuring every passenger feels valued and supported throughout their journey. Question number 24. How would you handle a disagreement with a fellow crew member mid-flight? Here, show teamwork, professionalism, and emotional control. Stress that you would not escalate the situation, but focus on resolving it respectfully. Emphasize putting passengers and safety first, and suggest that further discussion could happen after the flight. If I had a disagreement with a fellow crew member mid-flight, I would remain professional and ensure that the situation didn't affect the passenger's experience or the overall safety of the flight. I would listen to their perspective calmly, acknowledge their point of view, and if possible, find a quick compromise that allows us to continue serving passengers effectively. If resolution wasn't possible in the moment, I would set aside personal feelings and focus on maintaining a cooperative attitude until after the flight. Later, in private, I would suggest revisiting the issue in a respectful conversation with the goal of understanding one another better and preventing future conflict. I believe that professionalism, patience, and mutual respect are key to overcoming disagreements, especially in a role where teamwork is essential. At Emirates, passengers expect seamless service, and I would always prioritize unity and collaboration to ensure they receive the best experience regardless of challenges. And finally, here's the last question. Question number 25. Do you have any questions for me or for us? Hiring managers want to see curiosity, preparation, and genuine interest. Ask thoughtful questions about training, company culture, career growth, or expectations. Avoid questions about salary or benefits at this stage. Frame your questions to show enthusiasm for the role and long-term commitment. Yes, I do have a few questions because I'm genuinely excited about the opportunity to join Emirates. First, I'd love to hear more about what qualities you feel make someone truly successful as part of your cabin crew team. Second, could you share some insights about the training program and how it prepares new crew members for both safety and service responsibilities? I'd also like to know how Emirates supports continuous development and growth for its employees once they've been with the airline for a few years. Finally, I'm curious to learn more about the company culture. How would you describe the way crew members support each other, especially on long-haul flights? I ask these questions because I want to fully understand how I can not only meet but exceed expectations, grow within the airline, and contribute positively to the team. To me, joining Emirates means committing to a long-term career, not just a job. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.